afterward, that it might be more beneficial for you to email and set a time to meet with him, because we don't want him to lose what little voice he has regained, okay? Okay, so right now, if you haven't already, make sure that you've signed into SquareCap. It'll be open the whole session, so you can do that. If you have problems with it, come and see us afterwards, okay? Okay. And just so you're aware, I'm not sure what kind of messaging has gone out, but I wanted to share with you all, I'm really excited about some programmatic changes that we've had. Kyle Clark, who's here today, he's our program manager. Everybody say, hey, Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Mr. Clark. He is now leading up our team of 4 coordinators, okay? That's a huge job, and I'm so excited that he's going to be taking the lead on that. That means that I am actually going to be stepping in and handling all things experiential learning, internships, external relations, meeting with campus partners. So if any of you have questions about your internships in the last few months, please direct them to ulninternships@austin.utexas.edu, and either myself or our GRA, Anna, will answer those, okay? Everybody good with that? This is where I need some response. Everybody good with that? Yes. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Some quick announcements. Just a reminder that your February reflection assignment is going to be coming up. This is going to be more practice of everything that we're going to be learning tonight, okay? So there's nothing new, but it will be very important to complete it as part of your requirement for your scholarship. But there's also going to be some further resources that Byron's going to put together and put on the Canvas page to you. He found some really great videos. We went to South by EDU last year. You can actually see Byron in some of the videos about having presence when you're in an interview or you're networking and meeting with people. They're great videos, so definitely look out for that. And then also make sure that you complete SquareCap. Okay, real quickly, I'm not normally going to do this, but I want you to get out your phone or your computer, and I want you to go to the Canvas page and find the Senior Showcase page. If you're using your phone, you have to go to the Home button first to see this menu. So go ahead and get it out, because what we're going to do right now is sign up for Senior Showcase. So just as a quick review, Senior Showcase is happening on March 22nd in the ballroom. We have 3 different sessions that you can sign up for. And what's going to happen is we have a roundtable format. You and 3 other ULN seniors will sit across from a ULN donor or a ULN campus partner, someone who's in industry or here on campus, and you will share your senior story that we're talking about today. Okay, so I need you to go to the Texas 17 Canvas page, go to the home page, and then find the Senior Showcase page. I think there's a button that says Senior Showcase. And there's a link to the survey there. I want you to complete it right now. Since we're all here, we can do it together. And that way we'll know which session you're going to attend, so we can set up the campus partners and donors to go to that. Okay, so take some time to do that. What's up, Billy? See, I know you guys. We're glad you're here. Billy's neighbors are going to help him out. Show him what we're doing. Okay, so don't go crazy. Let's just finish the survey. We don't need to have a ton of talking, because we have lots of stuff to talk about tonight. Everybody able to access it okay? You found it? It's pretty simple. We're just going to give you a couple, maybe 1 more minute to do this, because it doesn't take a long time, does it? Who's done already? Show me. Whoa, super fast. Okay, excellent. So make sure to select your session time, and that way we'll have everybody set for a table. So I can give you about 30 seconds to wrap that up. Okay, so tonight, Kyle and I are going to be talking with you about sharing your story. So as soon as you're done with the survey, I'd love for you to put your phone and your computer away, because you don't need it. If you want to take notes, grab a piece of paper. This will also be available on video. Yes, Byron? Yes, see? So we can all be present and participate together. Okay, so Dr. Lottie was here last time, right? What did he talk to you about? Someone give me some highlights. What was his key point? Denise?
Interview style.
Interview style, okay. What about it?
He talked about it not only being about you and how to create like a real conversation, real dialogue.
Yeah. Okay, so just to kind of recap what she just said, it's not just about you regurgitating your name, your major, and your hometown. It's about having an interactive discussion. It means that you've thought about what are the key things that make you memorable. What are the great experiences or the challenging experiences that you've had here on this campus, in your internships, or outside of your internships? What has shaped you as a leader, as a professional? What shaped your ability to go on to your next step, whether that's graduate school, professional school, a job in industry, or a service position like Teach for America in education, things like that, okay? How many of you had ever thought about it like that before? Some. How many of you was this kind of a little bit new? That it was more of sharing about who you are and being a little bit vulnerable and sharing something that people are going to remember, okay? As somebody who has had to sift through many resumes, I can't tell you how exciting it is to go into an interview and sit down with someone who has energy, who has really thought about their answers and why they want to work with me. Somebody who's willing to say, let me think about that question for a minute. I love that. Okay, that's important to be able to show that you can take time and think and then form your response in a clear, concise way that answers the question. Okay, always make sure you're answering the question. Those are important. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that tonight. We're also going to do some interaction with one another. You guys had the senior story template that we gave you to prepare for tonight. And if you didn't, get ready to improvise, okay? Because you're going to have to do that in real world as well. But I want to talk for just a minute. I need all eyes on me for just a minute because this is real important, whether we're talking about giving feedback tonight or when you're giving feedback to your roommate who gives you a paper to look at because they need to turn it in. Beneficial feedback is one of the most important things that you can do to prepare for something like an interview. So if we're talking and I'm listening to your senior story and I say, okay, it's time to give feedback, and your feedback is, wow, that was awesome. Dude, that rocked, or whatever the vernacular is, okay? Is that helpful? Is it beneficial? Yes or no? Why? Somebody tell me why. Loudly, so I can hear. You can say that to anyone. Okay, what else? Yes, ma'am. It's not specific. Yes, ma'am. It's not constructive at all. You're not giving them anything to work with. This is how I feel and how your instructors feel at the end of the semester with the course instructor surveys. I always give this talk to my class because either having a student that writes down, this class sucks, or this was awesome, this is the best class ever. Those are meaningless, okay? Because we can't use it. I can't use that data and say, wow, this student said that my critical thinking course really helped them to identify areas that they need to improve in terms of asking questions about sources. That's specific. That helps me guide, course content, things like that. Okay, so if you're listening to a senior story and you hear something that you want to hear more about, I want that to be in your follow-up. You talked about this internship, but you didn't really go into the details. What was it that you learned? Or how did you learn? Or how did you even get involved with that? I needed to know more information. That's beneficial feedback. Or, I really liked what you said here, but you spent a good portion of your 3 minutes talking all about your hometown. That should not be the focus of your senior story, right? Okay? So let's look at one another right now and commit to giving good feedback, yes? Constructive feedback? Yes. Okay, I have commitment. I can move forward. Okay. The other thing I want to talk to you is about pitching with presence. And there's more about this in the videos that I was talking about that Byron's going to share with you all. You cannot just have a great story, okay? This is challenging. I used to hate standing up in front of people. And then we started ULN, and I'm like, whoa, there's 500 of you. So I got comfortable real fast, okay? So you need to think about what energy you're bringing to the table when you're having an interaction. I mean, imagine yourself, okay? We're in the Texas Union Ballroom. We're at our round table. You're sitting across from this campus partner that you've never met. They're in a suit. You've got 3 ULN students next to you, maybe that you've never met before because we're giant, right? Make sure that when you sit down, you introduce yourselves, okay? So that's not completely the case. But what is it going to look like if you go first to share your senior story? Are you going to be ready? Are you going to be ready? Yes, okay, because we're really going to learn some great skills tonight. You want to show that you're confident, that you're competent, and that you're memorable. Presence is really important. It's the energy that you're bringing to that interaction, okay? So the bad news is that people are going to make judgments about you during this interaction, right? We talk about first impressions and how important those are. I think we all have to just know that that's going to happen and accept it and know that you're going to go in and put your best foot forward and to not worry about it. But we're having you practice so that you can see what someone else is seeing, right? If you don't practice and get that feedback, you're not going to know how you're being perceived. And sometimes I think we all walk through life thinking that we're seen a certain way, but when we actually talk to our peers or people that are important to us, they see us differently, okay? Some of them may see you differently in a positive way. Some of them may see you differently in a negative way. So this is important work that we're going to be doing. The good news is that you can control a lot of the perceptions that are made about you through behaviors, okay, that lead to really good presence. I've done this before, like talking about active listening and things like that. Think about eye contact, okay? Good, bad eye contact. If we're having a meeting just across the table and I just keep talking to you and I never blink and we never, I don't move my concentration, what is gonna happen to the person across from me? What are they thinking? Creepy, weird, what is going on? Why doesn't she blink, okay? We don't need to go there. But as I'm talking to you, right, I'm making eye contact with you. Every now and then, I'm gonna look away and I'm gonna look back, okay? You guys are in line at least 2 or 3 times a day. You can practice this when you get up to the front of the line and you're interacting with the person who's helping you. You know, make eye contact, be present, bring that energy. You can practice all over the place. Think about the language and the vocabulary that you're using. You guys are about to be graduates from the University of Texas at Austin, right? When you're having this interaction, it's not like you're sitting down with your buds. What's up? How are you? No. Right? You guys know that we're coming to the table with great vocabulary. And you don't necessarily need to sound like a thesaurus, okay? Don't start throwing in SAT words all the time when people are like, what is going on with this person? Like, do they just want to impress me? Be yourself. Use the language that you use, but make sure that you're using kind of an elevated language, okay? Be mindful of it. Breathing. Y'all, it is so hard to be in an interview and someone is talking a mile a minute and they will not take a break, okay? Don't be that person. Take deep breaths. Show that you're confident. You're in control of the situation, you're ready, and you're prepared. If you get flustered or you don't know the answer to the question right off the bat, take a breath. Say, I just need a minute to think about that because I want to answer that very carefully. That, I'm ready to give respect to you right then because you're thoughtful. Okay, head movement. Don't look around, move your head, or any parts of your body a whole lot. This is hard for me because I talk with my hands, right? You guys see that, obviously. But watch your body movement. You're having a conversation. Plant your feet if you're standing. Feel grounded, okay? You're in control. You've got control over what you're doing. Don't touch your face. Ladies, if you have hair in your face, fix it before you go. Don't do this the whole time or like this. I've seen people like mess with their nose quite a bit. Leave your face alone, okay? People, beneficial feedback. If they're touching their face oddly or a whole lot, tell them right away because we don't want to be that group, okay? Your feet, we talked about strongly planted in place, body language. Okay, if I'm sitting across from you at a table and I'm sitting like this, what am I communicating to you? Huh? Not interested? I don't really care what you have to say. This is closed body language. Okay, if I'm sitting across from you and I'm leaning in slightly and we're making eye contact and I do a head nod every now and then, not all the time, okay, you can see that I'm engaged, that I want to hear what you have to say, okay? So 70% of communication is nonverbal. So you've really got to pay that much attention to your body language, okay? Silence, learn how to use it. I love this. You don't have to fill every gap. Like I said, give them the opportunity to interject, to address something that you said. They might want to follow up with a comment that you made. Does this make sense? Good things to keep in mind, okay? Let's see. How many minutes do you have for your senior story? 3. Okay, we're about to find out just how fast or how long that feels, okay? We are gonna hold you to that. We had talked about having timers on the table, and I said no, because in an interview, are you gonna put a timer on the table? Are you gonna set a cell phone timer? I hope not, okay? So we decided not to do that. So let's get ready for that. We're gonna give beneficial feedback. What we're gonna do in just a minute is we're going to stand up. You are going to find a partner who you are not sitting next to, okay? I don't want you to be confined by this room, okay? There's plenty of space to move around. You can come up here, you can move around, all of that. What is going to happen is that you are going to tell your 3-minute senior story, remembering the template of you're going to talk about your basic general information like who you are, where you're from, what your major is, those kind of things. You're going to talk about your goals or your next steps. And then you're going to fill it in and you're going to connect those dots by sharing your background about how you came to that and connect that for us, okay? You're going to do that in 3 minutes with your partner. We're going to tell you to stop at the end of 3 minutes. Your partner will provide you with some great feedback, right? And then we will have you switch and your partner will be sharing their senior story. Go ahead and wake up. We're going to be in this together, okay? So let's go. Are you guys ready? I'll tell you when to start. Go ahead and stand up and find a partner.